What it do, homies? We are here about to check out some Brava. This time we are checking out their song Jester. To give a little background for people who do not know who Brava is, if you had seen, a couple of videos of my channel, I discovered Brava through chat music, right? She has these things or these shorts where she says what rhymes with a certain word and whatnot. And if you're familiar with chat music, what they essentially do is they take comments, you know what I mean, from various videos, Instagram videos, sometimes maybe YouTube shorts, and they form those comments into a song, right? Now, in this case, the comments were more wild. Let's just put it like that, mildly. Let's just put it like that. Kind of crazy and everything, to the point to where now everybody was getting super excited for Brava to have a, what rhymes with this, what rhymes with that, so that, chat music will come, swoop up those comments and make it into a song and everything. So Annie saw some success from this, right? Well, success turned into a meme, if you will, right? And I believe in this song, she kind of talks about the pitfalls, the highs and the lows, right? Probably naming this Jester, right? Because generally whenever you get memed, I think more often than not, it's laughing like at your expense, not, laughing kind of like actually, I don't even know with this one, right? I feel like people are more, I really don't know. It's kind of weird because I feel like people might be more excited about it, but I can get it because now your name is associated with this thing. So when you try to go out and do, something else, it's like, oh, that's that chat music chick, right? You know what I mean? So highs and lows, like, yes, you gain some traction, but at what cost? So we have Jester here. Let's go ahead, shut up, and turn it up.
Under the table.
Oh, wait, hold on. Under the table. Chill out now. Okay, here we go.
Under the table, begging for a crumb, kissing the ring and wrapped around their thumb. Won't it be hilarious inviting her to the feast? Did she really think we'd let her come? Send in the Jester. You can laugh at her expense, verbally undress her. And she'll never take offense. My favorite.
Oh, hold on. Okay, first off, I didn't know where this was going. Like the beat. Oh, all right. So, this is my first time hearing Annie sing. That's not just what rhymes with this, what rhymes with that, and everything. I never doubted that she didn't have a good voice, but wait a minute, where is this beat going? First off, run this back. The title Jester, right? So I'm thinking, all right, cool. We got, a little whimsical, kind of nonsensical kind of beats and whatnot. But then that beat just got dark, right? Kicks kind of came in real crazy. I don't know what's going on with the plucks. They getting menacing. What we got going on here? Okay, I had to run it back because that took me. All right, let's try this again.
Hilarious, inviting her to the feast. Did she really think we'd let her come? Send in the Jester. You can laugh at her expense, verbally undress her, and she'll never take offense. My fate will be the same.
I think I honestly say that I never I never really expected, on Annie to get like and I actually don't know for anything negative to come of this, but now that I think about it, whenever you're propelled forward and you're kind of more than just the average person, especially online, you're subject to all kinds of things, you know what I mean? So, because I'm listening to her say like verbally address her, she would never take offense. And then that got me thinking, okay, maybe people just can't see that past like the humor and everything. I don't know. I'm sitting there. I don't know. I don't know what to think of that. Okay, well, let's keep going.
Take offense. My fate will be decided by a court of crystal screens. Send in the Jester. God forbid you take me seriously. Hook, line, and sinker for the American dream. Those who are starving will consume anything.
Yes, yes, indeed. They will consume anything, but it's this beat. Come on, man. See, look, Annie, my background in music is jazz. You know what I mean? So, when I'm listening to music, the instrumentals kind of come first to me, right? Because, that's how I learned how to communicate through instruments, through instrumentals and everything. You singing and everything, but when you got something that's crashing like this in the background, come on, man. I got to process, get that out the way so I can pay attention to what you saying, Annie. All right. Deep breaths.
And dream. Those who are starving will consume anything.
Starving.
Won't it be hilarious letting her try on the crown? Did she really think we'd make her queen?
So this part right here, did you really think we make you queen, right? So when am I to look at that? So let's put yourself in this situation. Let's say that, and you know what? I might have been in this situation, possibly still be in, but let's put ourselves in this situation, especially when you say what will we do. Let's say that Annie, found this, all right, cool, your name is out there. Let's talk about you, not just Andy, but let's talk about, finally your name is out there. Like, people know who you are, right? I assume they're enjoying what you got going on. But sometimes that type of thing could be misread, especially when you try to take advantage of this newfound fandom, right? Of this newfound famous kind of thing that you got going on. You're trying to take advantage of it. But then people are like, oh, yeah, we know who you are. But they're like, we don't really see any potential that's going on. We see why you're famous, but I don't think it really aligns with, our views of what we're trying to do here. And then you're like, oh, wow, well, I kind of felt like I had some traction. I kind of felt like I could get somewhere, I can do some things. But now I'm realizing that, none of this was ever just real. You kind of just laughing at me and then turning, that was funny. Then kind of, moving away from this, right? Kind of, did you ever think we were going to let you, you know what I mean? It's like some type of pseudo type of fake, famous, if you will.
Sunday, think we'd make her queen. Send in the Jester. You can laugh at her expense, verbally undress her, and she'll never take offense. My fate will be this set by a court of crystal screens. Send in the Jester. God forbid you take me seriously. Watch me curtsy low enough to lick the mud from your shoes.
Wackiness.
Needs to feel the love when you come on a tires a bruise. Made in the image of a human punching bag. Next to my humiliation, I know you want it bad. Send in the Jester.
I feel like the reason why I might be just a bit like kind of confused is I am wondering, like, I got the lyrics here, and I'm wondering just like what kind of negative, like I said, it's always good. There's good and bad with everything. There really is. But I'm wondering if it's gotten to the point, because, the thing with chat music, the whole thing, that thing went gigantic, like massive, right? Isn't like huge, gigantic. And, Annie, obviously your name is out there and everything. So I wonder what those negative kind of connotations look like, right? Because something drove you to make this song. I don't know more specifically. You know what I mean? I don't know if we ever know the specifics, but it drove you to make this song. And honestly, I like that you did it, right? This is kind of like a vulnerable type of thing, right? We don't hear too much from artists or people who kind of just talk about their feelings, their situations. I feel like a lot of people kind of just make music that aligns with what people want to hear, instead of like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just making this because this is what's trendy. You know what I mean? And I feel like something like this kind of goes against the grain, because you're talking about things that maybe people won't necessarily want to hear. But I think it's important because this kind of fleshes you out as who you are as a person. You know what I mean? Being vulnerable, right? The real. So that's why I like songs like this, or pretty much any type of songs that talks about your life, what you're going through, and everything. So we probably will never know, right, what the actual details is, but it is interesting because for people who are familiar with the whole chat music and rhymes and whatnot, you would think that and be like, wow, that's pretty cool. She got this thing with chat music, but there's just that other side to it that you would have never thought. You know what I mean? So because not everything is as it seems on the internet.
You can laugh at her expense, verbally undress her, and she'll never take offense. My fate will be decided by a cord of crystals.
I like the way she's kind of slur drippy, slip.
Take me seriously. I forget you take me seriously.
Yeah. Shoot, type of stuff kind of get me thinking. I mean, I don't think I've ever had any people kind of like laugh at my expense, and even if they did, I probably would never know it. But I do get that dark, and like it can appear as though everything's going good. You know what I mean? And it's kind of hard to tell when people are laughing with you versus laughing kind of like at you. You know what I mean? But yeah, kind of a little bit. I got to kind of think about this a little bit more. But fantastic song. Like I said, it's the first time I've heard Annie actually sing, and I had no doubt. I really love really kind of gives that sinister and then the feel. But those things at the beginning, those little stabs, that's the type of stuff you hear like a Tom and Jerry cartoon, right? You know how there was no words, right? So they kind of give you those that gives that little hilarity to it. But then that beat, KB, that beat was disgusting. That beat was just, okay. Anyways, instrumentals go. Anyways, let me know what y'all thought about this down in the comments. Dave's out.